up and I lose my devotion. I never stepped astray, but now I lost my way. I can't tell the difference between you, between me, and search for an answer. I can't tell the truth, even though it takes courage to capture a dancer. The things I fear the most, between you, between me, and search for an answer. Sure to die away, even though it takes courage to capture a dancer.
You better, 'cause you're all I know. Oh, you're all I need. But it's complicated. I'm my own safe haven, and it's not the way you believe. And I'm stuck in between what I know and what I feel. Where are we so unsteady, baby? Tell me. And you see right through me, but you still know what I need. Where are we so unsteady? Tell me. Like a single flame, baby, light the way. We don't need to think about who to blame. It's just so complicated. Promises keep breaking, and I hate that you are all I need. And I'm stuck in between what I know
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on whatever part of the world you're in. This is Gorgo 2005, welcoming you and every one of you in the channel today. We have close to 100 people in chat right now, so welcome to everybody. What we need to do, though, is I need to give a shout out to a couple of brand new followers, C Manahan 525 and Mad Mutts. Thank you both so much for your follows on my channel here, helping the old fart out. And I do believe Mr. Mad Mutts or Ms. Mad Mutts, depending on the gender behind the name, you are follower number 850 to my channel. So thank you for each and every person that follows on my channel here, because it helps my numbers out and helps me out in ways, you know, beyond what mere words can measure. So thanks to everybody for all those follows, 850 of them. That just still blows my mind that I never ever expected to hit this high a number. I think when I first started this stuff out back in August of last year, I had maybe a very modest goal. If I can get to 100 followers, I'll be happy. Then it grew to 200, then 300. Now we're up to 850. Before I know it, you know, with the new game cycle, if we get more users in here that like the game enough and want to follow the game, and we'll be more than glad to help them along as much as we can. All new users and new players of the game are more than welcome to come in and join up, and we'll see how much we can help you out with your brand new endeavors inside of Out of the Park Baseball, because it's not going to be that very long before we hit OOTP 24. I think we're just a matter of a few weeks away from that, though I have not heard any official word to that effect. I have really no idea when Perfect Team or OOTP 24 is going to come out and be a thing. But in the meantime, I'm having fun with 23, aren't we all? in a manner of speaking, you know. However the game strikes you, we all find something that we can like about it and feel you know, somewhat passionate about it, I would dare say. So anyway, welcome to everybody, and what we're going to do today is our usual Sunday shenanigans. We're going to take a look at the three teams and see how their postseasons are looking, including my Diamond team, the Finneytown Flames, and the theme team that I have sitting in bronze, the Cincinnati area Marauders. They used to be the Marauders, but I changed them into Marauders because of the largely Reds theme that they run behind, but it's not 100% a Reds theme, which we will see once we get into them. But I don't know if we're going to have a chance to do any tournament team building today, because I hate to tell you this, but my iron teams that I had running seem to be really underperforming, and I may need to do some tournament team building because they have not been pulling in very many packs, except my number 3 team, that's a packs only team. They've been getting lucky with draws that are worth some perfect points, and then also their lineup has been on that number 3 team that's in iron right now, my Finneytown Wildcats. They are running such a long time. We keep getting 1,000 perfect point milestone achievements hand over fist. I mean, like, there's hardly a day that goes by that I don't get at least a couple or three. And that's 2 or 3 packs right there on a given day, just from achievements alone, not to mention card sales, that sort of thing. Or even packs that I get from achieving and finishing missions. And that's a packs only team. They depend on 100% on whatever they get out of their packs, with the exception of one player that I picked up and use on the team that came from a perfect draft tournament. Other than that, you know, everybody that's on the team is somebody who got there either by having been drawn from packs or having been gotten from mission rewards that were only achieved through cards drawn through packs. So anyway, we'll look at all 3 of our teams today, and we're not going to be opening any packs. And if we have enough spare time while we're busy analyzing and looking around the different various and sundry teams that I have, I don't know what we're going to have time to do towards the end of things. But at the very end of the stream, very, very close to 5 p.m. Eastern time, you can depend on us having a drawing for 25 I don't want to say perfect packs. It used to be perfect points, but now it is standard packs. There used to be 25,000 perfect points. Now it's 25 standard packs. So we'll have a drawing, and some lucky person that's in chat at the time and enters the tournament correctly, or enters the drawing correctly, will get pulled and will be awarded 25 standard packs at the end of the stream. It may take like until tonight, maybe sometime tomorrow, but you can depend on getting those packs sometime soon. Then that's what we have basically planned today. So we're going to look at the three teams. We're going to do some historical happenings, meaning, okay, we're going to do at least one historical challenge, if not more. We'll see. And we may also do an historical simulation of a World Series with the returning champion 1927 New York Yankees that need to take on somebody new. And we haven't done that for a while, so maybe it's about time we try to do that. If we get a chance to do it today, I'm planning on doing at least that much. But that and our giveaway that we're doing, we're going to have a pretty full 2 hours. And you don't have to worry about the kitchen beckoning my name, because the supper is in the crock pot and it is busy steaming away, and we don't have to worry about that. At 5 o'clock sharp, I'll be out of here. We'll get out there and I'll remove the roast from the crock pot and start making some gravy. The wife is already working on some side dishes, and we should be ready to fly. I'm thinking about maybe trying out a new side dish that I just posted the recipe for in the food channel on my Discord. And if you've ever wanted to see what sort of stuff gets posted in there, I'm going to post a link to my Discord channel in case anybody ever wants to join it. We do talk OOTP baseball in there a little bit, but most of the activity takes place in the food channel. And the one side that I'm thinking about doing today is a mix of Parmesan cheese, grated Parmesan cheese, some mozzarella cheese, an egg, and maybe, I think there might be one other ingredient in there, maybe some salt or something. I forget exactly what. But you mix all that stuff up together and you roll it out onto a piece of parchment paper on a cookie sheet and cook it at 350 degrees for like 15 or 20 minutes. I forget exactly how long. And you have chewy, cheesy sticks without the breading, of course. There won't be any bread in it. No almond flour, nothing else like that. But I like brand new keto recipes, and this is going to be the next one that I try. After I posted the recipe for those cheese sticks, I also posted something that I've actually tried here recently, which was trying some sweet and sour chicken that I did by cutting up a chicken breast and doing what the recipe originator called a Thai, Thai massage, where you get your hands down into the chicken strips and you massage them with seasoning and you massage them with other stuff. But the first massage that you do is to season them with a little bit of cooking wine and a little bit of salt. And you let the chicken strips marinate in that stuff for a while. Then after the marinating is done and you're getting ready to fry the chicken strips, you have to massage in a little bit of coconut flour, a little bit at a time, like 1 teaspoon at a time, until you put in your teaspoon of coconut flour and do a Thai massage or a hand massage on that stuff until the strips are moderately to reasonably covered with a good share of coconut flour. And then you'd go ahead and fry those up for maybe 10-15 minutes, and you got fried chicken done to a perfect golden brown, and then you finish that off by doing it in a sauce in another pan that is serving to thicken up and make a coating, a nice sweet and sour coating around the chicken strips that you fried up. And oh gosh, is it good. I took a good picture and put it on the Discord, in the food channel of my Discord. But anyway, here's the way to get to my Discord right here. I just now put it in chat. And you probably just now heard the little alarm that I set. That's to tell me that it is time to take ad break number 1. So we do take a break in the content, just enough to run some ads. So you folks are free for the next minute or so. Go ahead, take a potty break, go get a drink of water or something. You don't have to stick around for the ads, but I do run them to help produce a little bit more revenue for the stream, to help the old fart, get some mad money in once a month. I average right around $100 a month, which isn't a great amount of money, but every little bit helps if you're a retiree like I am, working on a fixed budget. So anyway, let's go ahead and take ad break number 1, and we will return and be right in OOTP and taking a look at my Diamond Finneytown Flames. Ad break number 1. Here we have a word from our sponsors. Please stay tuned. Okay, gang, we are back. And here I am. I'm in OOTP, and you see that my first drop, which I'm able to get from my own stream, because I have a Twitch browser tab open in my Chrome browser, and it's automatically set to pick up drops and deliver them to my main team here, the Flames. So I already have one drop hit today. Now, and we're not, like I said, we're not going to be opening packs, but I started the day with 23 packs. I picked up 28 yesterday, and 20 of those came from drops, including 15 from DishNet's OOTP official channel stream last night. I mean, like, it was insane. I thought they were going to be giving out double drops, not triple drops. But it turns out that for each 15 minutes that you watched the PT, I think it was the PTCS last night that happened, and he was broadcasting it, that for every 15 minutes you picked up 3 packs, a standard pack and I think 2 silver packs, if I had my count correct. But I ended up getting 20 drops yesterday, plus I had a 5-pack semifinal, or I'm sorry, a 5-pack finals loss. I came in second place in the tournament, and I had a 3-pack semifinal loss. So the 3 and the 5 and those 20 drops gave me 28 new packs yesterday, of which 5 of them got opened on stream. So I came into the day with 23 packs. What did my tournament team do after I complained about them in Discord one more time? They turned around and got me another win this morning already. So I got myself a 10-pack win before we even got started, even before I left home this morning. I mean, like, I fired up some tournaments before I got out to the kitchen and prepared breakfast. And by the time I get home from my Sunday morning festivities, boom, there I've got a 10-pack win staring me in the face. It happened that quickly. So I already have 10 new packs in today, plus you just saw my first drop hit. So I started with 23. I had a 10-pack win to get me to 33, and that first drop got me to 34. So that's how I happen to pick up so doggone many packs that I can open twice a week. I open them once on Wednesday, and then I accumulate a few more, and I open them again on Saturday to see how many I can pick up in the interim. But in the meantime, 34 packs on these guys. This was out of, and I really have to make sure that I get my mathematics straight here. This was the season of 2062 that just finished all across Perfect Teamville, if you will. Across the entire Perfect Team universe, the 2062 season finished its regular season, and they're now in their playoffs. I started in season 2025, okay? 2025 was my first season in Diamond. 2024 was my last, I guess you could say, season in Gold on my way up to Diamond. Then that I only had one season in Diamond before I got sent back to Gold again, because at that time that I was in Diamond for the first time, there were only 10 Diamond Leagues. 10 Diamond Leagues was what, about a maximum of 30 per league, 30 teams per league. That means 300 teams that are fairly well, a good number of which are loaded enough and wanting to go to Perfect League. But we didn't have enough Diamond Leagues to provide enough champions to form a Perfect League yet. That didn't happen for another few weeks thereafter. So, in any event, the first time I was in Diamond, I did lousy because I was running up against the big boppers that had really, really strong teams very early on, but they had nowhere higher to go than Diamond. Then I was in Gold for one more season. Then I came back to Diamond again, and I stayed for a while. I stayed for quite a number of seasons. Then I happened to have one random bad season. I got sent back to Gold again, came right back up to Diamond again. So of the 38 weeks that transpired, or the 38 seasons that transpired, starting after that 2024 season, starting with 2025, that was 38 seasons that just completed, okay? I've been in Diamond for 36 of those 38 weeks. So I think I'm kind of certain that, like, Diamond seems to be my home away from home. And I'm still trying to get to Perfect League someday. Who knows if I ever will? I don't know. But we'll see. It's always been a goal to try to make it to Perfect League in a live game cycle. But in the meantime, this particular Diamond team did not make it to the playoffs. They started out strongly, but we'll see how they ended up. Let's jump in and take a look at my Finneytown Flames in Diamond 351. Some good chill music there. Chat's pretty quiet today. Not that that's a bad thing. I finished off my season with a nice 10-4 victory. Brings back memories. Remember when CB radio was a big thing? Like back in the 70s, early 80s, thereabouts? CB radio, Citizens Band Radio, that's what CB is short for. Citizens Band Radio had a cultural boom in that particular time frame, and we had Citizens Band Radio users all over the place, including this guy. At the time that I got my first CB radio and stuck it in my car, I was still a music teacher at the time, teaching public school. And my Citizens Band handle, I was the stick waver. Waving the stick up there in front of a bunch of kids, okay? So I was the stick waver. Another musician friend of mine was had another music related name, and I can't remember now for the life of me. I know who the guy is in real life, but I forgot what his CB handle was, and we used to talk to each other all the frickin' time. So 10-4 was a shorthand for affirmative, or I gotcha, or that sort of thing, and a common phrase around the CB lingo, Citizens Band lingo, was 10-4, good buddy. In other words, yep, you got that one right, or affirmative, or something in that neck of the woods. But 10-4, that brings back memories of the Citizens Band radio days. I know I'm probably talking a foreign language to most of you young folks that had no idea that there was such a thing, but it seemed like everybody and their mother was running and operating a Citizens Band radio back in those days. Whether you had a base station inside of your home or a mobile unit that traveled around with you on the car with a special long antenna on the top, okay? I had all of that stuff. I did not have the home base. The home base unit that I could run out of my home, but I had the mobile unit in my car. And back then, I don't know if it's still the case, but you had to get a license from the Federal Communication Commission to get the ability to get licensure so that you could be on the air. But I even remember my station name, my FCC assigned station name. I was KABU 4192, which was a very good number because that was the number that Pete Rose ended up getting to beat Ty Cobb's hit record. 4192, very easy to remember. I would never, ever, ever forget that number. But the KABU, I can't even remember the name that I gave for KABU. Something like a kangaroo ass or something like that. I can't remember what. But I had a name for my station, and it started with kangaroo ass. I can't remember what the BU stood for, but KABU 4192 was my call letter, so to speak. And you had to get a license from the FCC, and it was a lifetime license, so I still hold that thing. It's I still own KABU 4192. So a little piece of cultural trivia from way back in the day. I do need to spam myself another Ace of Bronze tournament, so let me go ahead and do that before we take an in-depth look at my Diamond Flames to see how they ended their season here in Diamond 351. So I'm spamming Ace of Bronze, and I have my third and final slot filled up, and there we go. I can do 3 quick tournaments, and I can do up to 2 perfect drafts. I'm only using 1 perfect draft right now, and that's Friday night's TWIPT Friday Showdown. I enter that one on a weekly basis. After I get knocked out, I go right out and get into the next week's TWIPT Friday Showdown. So that's what I'm looking at there. I could get into another perfect draft if I want to, but I'm not feeling led to do that at this particular juncture. Let's get back into the league, into Perfect Team, and we'll take a look at my Diamond Flames and see how some of my new cards that I added to the team after Thursday night's DishNet 34 stream that he did on the official Twitch channel, how they happen to impact my team here. And you see here, I did pick up from yesterday. I got 10 silver drops. These all came from yesterday, from last night, I should say. And then 5 more standard packs came in from my own drops, and another 5 from but those got opened up. The 5 drops that I had from yesterday, they all got opened. Those are the 5 that I opened up. But I picked up another 5 from a second place finish in a tournament, and I got another 3, and that left me with the 20 OOTP packs, because there were 5 of those standard packs were OOTP packs also. So I had 10 silver packs, 5 standard packs only from the official channel drops. Those were my 15 drops I got last night. And then I had 5 more packs, from that second place, 3 more packs from the semifinal loss. So that's how I came into today with 23, and I've already picked up now my second drop, and that gives me 35 total. So I'm sitting on a bunch of packs. I'm hoping to pick up a boatload more between now and Wednesday when we go to actually open these babies up and see what's hiding inside them puppies. But anyway, I ended my season on a high note here, winning 10-4. My Pud Galvin, who had a positive season, ended up at 15-14 with a 4.30 ERA. He got the win. And take a look who my winner or my player of the game was. This new Votto card was one that I had picked up some time ago from the earlier release of Milestones missions. Joey Votto was an auto-completed card for me. And of course, being a Reds fan, and this being a Reds card, and a perfect card at that, I fell in love with that Votto card when I got it, but that was before I actually tried it. When I first gave Joey an audition at first base next door to his teammate Lou Gehrig, Iron Horse Lou Gehrig, then Joey Votto was in there with Gehrig, and he kind of failed his audition. He couldn't get off the frickin' interstate. He was batting under 200 for the entire time I had him in there. So I bumped him back out to the bench. In other words, the reserve team. Okay. I see Cubs fan 23 Steve did not get into CB radio, but your brother loved it. Okay, yeah, I was into CB and it was fun. It was fun. Talking like you're a trucker without all the swearing like a sailor, and just making believe that you're talking with truckers. And every now and then out on the freeway, you'd actually, if you went to the right channel, which if I remember right was channel 40. I think 40 was the truckers channel. And if you happen to turn your CB radio up to that channel, you could actually listen to and converse with other truckers out on the road, because they kept their own channel on there. I think it was channel 40. I can't really remember for sure because it's been so long ago. It was such a long time ago. I could communicate with a trucker and find out a little bit about him. We'd share some information, not going too far, not oversharing, but they'd tell me a little bit about their lives on the road, and I'd tell them about the kind of stuff that I did for a living, waving a stick. That was waving a stick in front of a bunch of kids. That was how I made my living at the time, but neither here nor there. So, yeah, I can see that, Cubs fan 23 Steve. I can see that 100%. So anyway, let's take a look at my team, and we'll see what they kind of sort of did this season, looking at the pitching staff first, because some of the pitching that I picked up after this last Thursday night's content set, I ended up getting 2 brand new pitching cards. One of them was auto-completed, and the other one I had to spend a little bit of perfect points in order to get, but it was a very affordable one or two cards that I needed to buy in order to pick up this other pitcher. The pitcher that I had auto-completed was this guy right here, John Smoltz. Look at those insane blue numbers. Intense blue, I might also add. 117 stuff, 105 movement, 103 control. What a card. I started him out in my starting rotation. He didn't do so well, but he ended up doing a decent job for me in the bullpen. Let's take a look at his pitching stats, shall we? And I want to look at his game log. From all the way back from when he started, he got walloped in his first start as a starting pitcher. Only put in 4.1 innings, gave up 7 hits, 6 earned runs. A home run, 5 walks. I thought he had better control than that, with control in the hundreds, okay? Only 4 Ks, 4 ground balls, 4 fly balls, and 24 batters faced. I did not have a pitcher's count or pitch count or a batters faced limit on him. But he ended up taking the loss that day, and we ended up losing the game. Rather, what was it, 12-6? His ERA was way up there at 12.46. Not a very good start for Mr. John Smoltz that I picked up from Thursday night. But anyway, he seemed to take part in, take a look at it, for the entire season. Since I put him in on Thursday night, he only participated in 2 victories. He only participated in 2 victories. We won a game here, 4-3, where he picked up his first and only save of the season. And then up here, after I'd had him in the bullpen, he took a loss up here against Mr. Audit's Balking Dead. We lost 6-5. So he took not only the loss, he blew the save. He had a save opportunity. He blew that and also took the loss to go to 0-2. He had worked his ERA all the way down from that 12.46 down to 3.96, and it's been kind of struggling since then in his last 4 or 5 appearances since that 3.96. Okay, so he ended up, if we discount the couple or 3 bad outings that he had, he really wasn't too bad. He really wasn't bad at all, but ended up with a 4.85 overall ERA, even including all of the nasty stuff that happened to him. So I don't know. Okay, Burner Guy says Smoltz pitched great for you into September, then he fell off a cliff. I can believe it. I can believe it. So yeah, it's the situation with John Smoltz has been a little inconsistent, but we're hoping to find a nice groove for him to get into for what's going to be coming up, his first full season of baseball playing for my Flames. So we have another sim coming in, but it won't affect me because I didn't make the postseason. I got knocked out. I got knocked out rather early. That is, out of contention, not out of the playoffs. I did not make the playoffs. I got eliminated from playoff contention somewhere around the middle of the month of September. But anyway, if we take another look at my pitching staff, now that we have to jump back in, there was another pitching card that I picked up. And that was this Eric Gagne card. That's the one that I spent a little bit of money to get the last card needed, last card or 2 needed in order to get him. He was the one I really, really, really wanted. So how did Eric Gagne do for my Flames? He started out like a house on fire. Let's go to his pitching stats and look at his 2062 game log. He put in a boatload of appearances after I picked him up and added him to the team on Thursday night. This tells you, okay, that yeah, he made a lot of appearances. But look how long he kept up a 0.00 ERA. Okay, he put in 6.1 innings of no run relief at the end of the bullpen. I had him at the very end of my set of nasty boys, and you can see here he took the loss that game and also the blown save, just like Smoltzy did that one game that we saw on his game logs. But his 0.00 ERA got ballooned all the way up to a 6.75, because take a look. He got 5 earned runs, 5 runs, all of them earned on only 4 hits. Okay, he ended up with how many walks here? No walks, only 1 strikeout, 1 ground ball, and 6 batters faced. Ooh, kind of ugly. Only 1/3 of an inning. He only got 1 person out. And that's what made his ERA balloon all the way up that it did after starting his first 6 appearances with a 0.00. And ever since then, he's been struggling trying to get it back down. Here, he made it down to a 3.86, and then he took another loss with another blown save, and whoops, it's up another 3 points again, back up to 675. Okay, he got it back down again to a 4.76, and it ballooned up again, and we got down to a 4.7, and went up to 5.11, and it came downhill steadily after that. His last 5 appearances were decent appearances, where he picked up some holds, some saves, and he didn't do too badly. But his overall ERA of 4.45 for all of these appearances, I thought was kind of impressive. So what we want to look at, I'll go back from the game log to the 2062 pitching stats. How many appearances did he make? Let's see here. Okay, that tournament's starting. I don't think I can see appearances from here. Let me back up to here. Okay, he appeared in 30 games. Only since Thursday night. 30 games. I mean, like, it's insane. And he still ended up with a positive WAR of 0.9. So, but ended up with an ERA of 4.45. So that was my other brand new pitching card. I added a batting card that was also auto-completed like John Smoltz was. Who was that? We need to get out of the pitching staff and get to my lineups in order to see that particular individual. And that individual was none other than Hank Greenberg. Hank Greenberg caused me to keep Votto in there because Votto was starting to come around. Even though he finished with a team low 225 average, batting average, he started out back on the interstate again, but worked his way back up to the low 200s. So he kind of earned his spot there. Somebody who was faltering was Jim Thome. He got replaced. And eventually, when I picked up Hank Greenberg, he replaced, and almost brought a tear to my eye, Iron Horse Lou Gehrig. So we don't know if Lou Gehrig is going to make a reappearance with my Flames for next season, but for the meantime, this 247 and 225 stuff at first base, that ain't going to cut the mustard for this old fart. I got to get some better numbers out of those guys. Negative WAR, no good. Port Dog, he has the right thing on there. Cards required, okay. The cards that were required to complete Gagne were few and far between there. Luke 1111 tells me. Luke 1111 is the owner of all the Sheffield teams that you see out in OOTP land. But I happened to get, I was lucky in that a lot of the speculation cards that I kept there, Luke 1111, a lot of the speculation cards that I kept, that Gagne card was 93% complete, auto completed at the end of Thursday's stuff. So I had to buy one more card that was a little bit pricey. It was in 5 figures. And then I had another card that I spent 4 figures on. And those 2 cards together allowed me to finish Eric Gagne's mission. And that's how I got Gagne on there. So yeah. But I've understood that some of those cards, in order to get Gagne, are hard to get hold of. And I can totally understand it. But I was lucky in that I had him 93% complete when the mission first came out. So that was good fortune on my part. Okay, so looks like we have a couple of people on hot streaks here. That Brooks Robinson and Hank Aaron both ended up on hot streaks. And as our good buddy DRC would say, that's not just Brooks Robinson, that's fire Brooks Robinson. Or that's not just Hank Aaron, that's fire Hank Aaron. He used to like to do that on his streams. I loved his content. He did some really, really, really good stuff. He and another streamer who's on now, if you know Your Kidneys, he used to stream with DRC all the time. They were almost like Siamese twins joined at the hip. They would have a Boomer versus Zoomer type of little friendly competition. So yeah, one was it wasn't exactly Boomer and Zoomer, but that's the term that they used to describe themselves. One was a Boomer, even though I don't think DRC was a true Boomer, but a Zoomer, that might be a way to describe Your Kidneys. But anyway, I don't know. My kidneys, they make me zoom every now and then. Not to get into oversharing things, but yeah, Your Kidneys is a really decent streamer, but he used to be on the air all the time with DRC. Okay, so anyway, Mickey Cochran ended up the season with a 301 batting average. He did really, really nicely. Oh, ad break number 2 is almost but nigh upon us. OC Oscar Charleston ended up with a 293, second best average on the team. But I'm going to have to decide what I'm going to do about Votto and Greenberg. Now, Votto started out lousy, but really picked things up towards the end of the season. But I think from a certain standpoint forward, he seemed to do well. I'm not so sure about Hank Greenberg, but I want to try to give Lou Gehrig another shot at the team sometime. So I'm kind of ambivalent about which one I'm going to send down and which one is going to be replaced with Iron Horse Lou Gehrig. But in the meantime, here's ad break number 2 that is nigh upon us. So let's go ahead and take a very quick 1-minute break while we hear from this word from our sponsors. Please stay tuned. Okay, gang, we are back. Now, I was taking a real quick look at the stats here. Hank Aaron led the team with 25 home runs, and he picked up 17 stolen bases. So he was 3 stolen bases away from getting a 2020 for himself and an achievement for the team. He was the only one that hit the 20s as far as home runs went. Second place with 16 home runs was Jolton Joe DiMaggio. 13 home runs hit by OC out in center field from the Negro League 2 missions. He's the topper card for finishing Negro Leagues 2. Then I had 12 home runs from Frank Robbie here, who was a mission reward from finishing one of the Cooperstown Club missions. I've got some Cooperstown Club mission cards here. I've got some live mission cards here. I'm sorry, not live mission cards, but yeah, I do have a live mission card. Hank Aaron is my live mission card. Then the other cards that I have are build a lineup cards. My little Joe Morgan right here was from the build a lineup program. He plays this high a level of baseball. There he is. I also have on the pitching side, I have Kevin Brown from the Build a Lineup program and also Vida Blue from the Build a Lineup program. So I'm playing 3 build a lineup perfect cards right now, and one live reward, and that's Hank Aaron. My Negro League cards that I'm playing right now, Pop Lloyd at shortstop and Oscar Charleston in center field. Hang on a second. Pop Lloyd was the topper for the infield, Negro League 1 infielders mission. He was the topper there. The pitcher reward was Bullet Joe Rogan, BJR. Bullet Joe Rogan was the topper for the pitching side. The outfielders mission, the topper was Cool Papa Bell, who promptly got replaced by Oscar Charleston, who was put in by my completion of the Negro League 2 set of missions that were all there to be had and won. So I've got 2 Negro League cards. I've got 3 build lineup cards on my team. And I've got quite a number of Cooperstown Club cards. Like the Mickey Cochran card, he is Cooperstown Club. OC is Negro Leagues. Nap Lajoie, Cooperstown Club. Luke Appling, he was another mission reward from another mission, not part of Cooperstown Club. Jolton Joe, Cooperstown Club. Molitor, it was a CC card. Frank Robbie, another CC card. Hank Aaron was the live mission rewards. Pop Lloyd was the infielders topper from the Negro Leagues 1. Builda Brooks, which I understand is not going to be duplicated over this coming game cycle. Builda Brooks was started out as a loyalty reward back in Perfect Team 22. If you had gotten a Brooks Robinson card and you had him, I forget what the criterion was, but you had to have him on your team, or at least in your possession when you started out Perfect Team 23 to be considered for a series of Builda Brooks missions. And what kind of like Build a Lineup, except this one was trying to get to the perfect Brooks Robinson. So that Builda Brooks card is kind of a leftover from Perfect Team 22, if you will. So it started in Perfect Team 22 and carried all the way through to here, but I think that program is coming to a close after this game cycle is done. So we have another sim coming in. We'll continue taking a look at the team here once we get through all this rigmarole. Okay, now back out to the team, and we are looking at lineups and depth charts. Okay, alrighty, so you can see pretty much who did what and who I had positioned where. Let me put them in position order here, and you can see who is in what positions. Where I had a couple of lefties. Yeah, the game seems to be overstocked with overpowered left-handed first baseman. And you can include Lou Gehrig in that number, and also Jim Thome as far as that goes. You have 4 really OP left-handed first basemen that are in the game right now. So right now my 2 that I have out there are Votto and Greenberg. Nap Lajoie, a righty, can play first base if you need him to, but I very rarely, if ever, called upon him to do anything like that. But minus 5.3 on the batting runs for Votto kind of speaks for itself. KK had a really disappointing season, batting only .240, and with minus 3.4 on the batting runs, not good enough, okay? Molitor, with his minus 9.4 batting runs, was the worst on the entire team, but he was doing a .268 average, which was halfway decent for him in Diamond. So you can see fairly much from this picture what my Flames did from the offensive side of the plate. So we get out of here and go back and take another look at the pitching. I want to look at my starting pitching, okay, and make sure that number one, what I want to do now is get Raleigh Fingers out of the middle position of my 3 nasty boys here at the end of my bullpen, because his ERA is now higher than that of Eric Gagne. So I'm going to swap them. Gagne is going to be the 7th inning or so player, and Raleigh Fingers is going to be the 6th inning or later ball player. I have to hit lineups tab and then come back to pitching. Now they're all straightened out in the order in which I need to see them. The first person to appear would be Raleigh Fingers with the highest DRA, then Eric Gagne with the next highest DRA, and then Mo Rivera with the best ERA of my 3 nasty boys here at the end of my bullpen. Okay. Not much in chat today, but that's okay. We're doing fine. There's my build to lineup Vida Blue, my build to lineup Kevin Brown. That I've had KB in long relief for quite some time. I moved Vida Blue for a brief time up to the starting rotation, and he did not merit keeping there. In fact, he's the one that I moved out when it came time to try John Smoltz in the starting rotation. But I ended up taking him out as well. I took Vida Blue out of the starting rotation to make room for John Smoltz, and then I took John Smoltz out of the lineup to put him into middle relief. He and Tommy Seaver, Tommy Terrific, they swapped spots. Tom Seaver had been in middle relief, and I moved Smoltz there from the rotation, and then took Seaver from the middle relief and put him in the starting rotation, and he did not end up too badly. A team best 3.38 ERA for Tommy Seaver, Tom Terrific. My Mad Dog Greg Maddox, the next best ERA at 3.46 and a 16-7 record. He was the de facto ace of my rotation. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to move Seaver up in the rotation a little bit. Since I'm in my off season right now, I'm going to make some off season adjustments based strictly on how they ended. And Tom Seaver is going to be my new number 2 pitcher in the batting order. Pud Galvin, I'm going to move him down to the 4 spot. Okay. So I've got Cliff Lee, a lefty, in here. Then righty Pud Galvin with the 4.30, and then lefty Sandy Koufax with the highest ERA in my rotation at 5.69. So I think I've got my pitchers set up right, and I've got them in ERA order here from lowest to highest, except for Tom Terrific Seaver, who ended up with the lowest ERA, but he had a smaller sample size than Mad Dog did. So I took it upon myself to put Seaver in the number 2 starting role, in the number 2 slot. But over here, Sandy Koufax with his 5.69 and 10-13 record, I kind of needed to do something about that, but I have never really pulled the trigger, because Koufax is a better pitcher than that. He's a much better pitcher than that. So we left Pud Galvin right where he was. I had Cliff Lee sitting there, and they didn't really do too badly for me. If I look at my starting pitching here on the home page, we were 11th out of 15 teams in starting ERA at 4.66. That means 10 other teams did better than me. I don't like that. Our offense seemed to do relatively better compared to the pitching. But anyway, we had these sorts of numbers staring us in the face. 9th in zone rating with a positive 12.4. 8th in errors with 87 committed. The defensive efficiency at one point in time was much, much higher. We were leading in defensive efficiency for quite a number of weeks within the season, that is, virtual weeks within the OOTP season. Okay. So anyway, that's what we were looking like on this side of the ledger. On the pitching side as well as on the hitting side, we saw who was doing what. The best batting average of the regular people belonged to OC, followed by Appling, followed by Jolton Joe. And there's the home run leaders. You got Hammer and Hank, Jolton Joe, and OC. Then runs batted in, 85 of those ribbies for Mr. Aaron, and 73 for Joe DiMaggio, and 69 for Frank Robbie. So they did very, very well acquitting themselves in the Flames Ball Club. So let me jump out of here. I want to see what is cooking with my tournaments a little bit, because we already took a look at the lineups and depth charts. We already took a look at the pitching lineup. So let's see what's going on with my tournament teams. Because this tournament team, every time I go to complain about them in Discord, they turn around and start winning 10 packs for me at a swap. Or in one fell swoop, I should say. Because the first time I complained about them, a couple of days ago, they came in with 40-some packs. 3 wins is what I picked up. I thought it was 3 wins, maybe 2. But anyway, we ended up with a whole boatload of packs because the team decided to start producing. So far today, my tournament team that plays bronze, Ace of Bronze tournaments, they're producing. So I cannot complain about them. Wouldn't do me any good anyway. But let's see what is cooking with my bronze tournament team, Flames, and see how they look in this longest running tournament with the lowest number. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on that and check them out. Okay. Oh wait, I gotta the tournaments just changed positions. Okay, I'm glad it did not take. Let's come down here and do it this way. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting in. Because the tournaments were in a position to swap around places on the visual screens here. So whenever that happens, it usually precludes any sort of other activity. But there we go. Okay, that was only the series opener in tournament number 48. Doesn't sound right to me. 48? Was that my lowest number? No, it wasn't 43 is my lowest number. Duh. Let's look at that one. That's a good old Homer Simpson moment. Go! Yep. Okay. So, let's see. Alrighty. We won round 1. We are in round 2 playing Pony Boy Curtis. I see these guys a lot in tournaments. They are owned by Blue Cap 3113. So, GG's in advance to Blue Cap 3113. And who did I beat over here? The Doomed what's it? Okay. South Philly Doomed? Is that it? Let me see. Double check here. The South Philly Doomed. Okay. GG's to you guys for getting knocked out of round 1 in relationship to my boys. So we did pretty well there. We did very, very well there. So what I want to see is back here on the home screen. And not much to see here. You can see the cards that I'm playing in my bronze tournament team. I have a lot of Plat 4s here. A lot of them. There's one, Wilson Alvarez, Clay Bryant. It was a Platinum 2 card. Aaron Harang, though, was some sort of, I forget what numbers he had on him, but Sam Jones was another historical bronze that I picked up. Steve Traxel was he was a Plat 4. Randy Choate, another Plat 4. Mike Gonzalez, yet another. Greg Harris, yet another. Hunter Harvey, not so much. Live card. That's the one and only live card I have playing on my tournament teams here. So anyway, here we have all of these guys pitching for me and playing baseball for me. I love this Pokey Reese second base card. It is a killer card. Okay. Another one that can really bop the ball a long way is this Wes Covington outfielder card. Take a look-see at his power. Okay. Another drop just came in. Take a look at Wes's power. His power is already sitting at 100. Ay. One tournament that Wes Covington was in, he hit 16 dingers. Yep. Sounds a little bit unheard of, but it's happened. It has happened. I can verify it. I can vouch for you. 16 home runs in one tournament, and that was just one player. There's another multi-home run player that we're playing, and that is the do-it-all central card at the middle of all the action, and that is the theme teams. I'm sorry, not the theme teams. The I got to get my head straight on here, because I've got all kinds of acronyms running to my head, and none of them are really counting. Okay, hang on a second here. Let me try to improve my visual position here, and that'll help me figure this out. I did not need that. No, thank you, game. Okay. Okay, I'm always going to be a winner at this rate. Okay, now let's come back to here. Looking at West Covington, I was wanting to get out to here. And look at games, okay? All right, so let me go back to the longest running tournament, which is 43. It should be looking about the same as it just did. I just had to get a different perspective on it to try to figure out what I was going to be looking for here, okay? So anyway, what I want to do here is look at my schedule and see 10 to 2, 10 to 7. Holy crap. Okay, 4 to 3, 2 3. Okay, yeah. All right, not too bad, not too bad. That's how I happened to make it through 6 games to knock out this the Spud team. I think it's something to do with potatoes, if I remember right. I could be all wrong, but the Flames have already taken round 1 of their next tournament away from Ponyboy Curtis. Okay, so we are 5-2, they're 4-4, so our chances aren't looking too badly there. So anyway, I took a look at tournaments, which is what I wanted to do. I hope to see some good numbers here. And what I want to do eventually is once we get up to I'm trying to think of a good number, a good place to do it. I think once we make it up to silver, or perhaps up to gold with one of my alt teams, then I'm thinking about some changes on some of the tournaments that I run. So that's another story to maybe not get into it this time. Perhaps a case of oversharing future plans that haven't even been set in stone yet. So we'll go ahead and get out of here, and we'll go visit team number 2 and see how their season went. Okay. Negative war, no good. I could not agree more there. Okay, bear with me a second while we get the heck out of here. Here we go. Now we're going to log out of here, and we're going to pick up team number 3. Okay. Because these guys actually had a little bit of a postseason. I was afraid of that. Try it again. Make sure that I'm hitting all the right buttons here. There we go. That should do it. And it does. Okay. These guys have picked up 21 packs since yesterday's pack ripping. So great job there, Wildcats. You're doing well for yourselves and for me. Okay, this team plays Iron Best of 5s. So there we go there. Let's see how my Wildcats finished up. And then we'll go back and take a look at the theme team, and then maybe start some historical happenings. Nice little tune there. 21 packs, all of them having been purchased from the card shop here in, I'm sorry, no, yeah, I didn't pick up the 20 some packs from the card shop. I picked them up from buying them here. I think I've got too many terms running through my head right now. Sometimes my almost 70-year-old brain gets a little bit scrambled up, so I apologize for mental let's call them brain farts for lack of anything better. But I wanted to look at these guys first because they had a little bit of a playoff run. And here's what they did looking at the playoffs and going to the playoff tree. Okay, they were over here in the NC and they played against another wild card team called, I call them the Boston team because I don't want to get into the connotations that are contained inside of that last name, because it does have a little bit of a, at least on my part, perceived as a bit of a vulgarity that I don't need to utter out loud. So anyway, the Finneytown Wildcats swept the Boston team out of existence. They get to spend another season in iron. I came up against the team that won my division, and I held a 12-7 season advantage over these guys. What did they do? They get to the division series and they swept my ass. Okay? Swept it clean. 3-0, and didn't even give me a whiff. I did not even have a prayer to do anything against the Mill City Leftovers. So that's how my bid to try to get myself promoted from iron to bronze went. I'm stuck in iron for another season because I had to win that division series in order to get promoted up to bronze. So I'm thankful now that Mill City is going to be going up. I won't have to deal with them again. But all four of these teams, the New York Annex, they've been riding their own wild card magic all the way past the New Moscow Workers, who were the number 2 seed in the entire conference. The New York Annex got past them, and they are now playing the Mill City Leftovers that won my division and losing 2-1. These final 4 teams here all get promoted up to bronze. So the Norfolk Vulcans and the San Jose Admirals, yeah, they get to be promoted up to bronze, and they will be in bronze starting first thing tomorrow morning. Okay, over here we have the top 2 seeds, the number 1 and number 2 seeds meeting in the conference finals, which is perhaps a bit fitting. But over here we have a division winner and a wild card team that are going for the conference series on this side of the table. So it's looking more and more like the Norfolk Vulcans will make it. They are owned by, let's see who's their manager, Rookie Reyna. Okay, I am not familiar with that manager at all, but they're leading their particular semifinal here 3-1, and then Mill City is beating the New York Annex 2-1. So Mill City has the advantage here. And it'll be fun to see how this all ends up. But this was my number 3 team. And this is not my theme team. So let's get out of here and see if I can maybe find another tournament or 2 to get myself into. And yes, I can. I can spam another not Ace of Iron, but Iron Best of 5, which is right there. 6422. I want to hit this. There we go. Hit that 6422, and that takes me back to here. All right. I can't complain too badly. They're doing pretty well. They're doing well. Okay. Let's get out of here and go back to see team number 2, my Cincinnati area, my Redders, and see how they finished up. Make sure I get the password right this time, because I just had some password changing follies not too terribly long ago. Make sure I didn't try to use my old password. Okay, let's see. This team plays Ace of Iron, so let's go ahead and get into that. And let's open up Perfect Team and see what's cooking here. No new packs since yesterday, even though I kept spamming Ace of Iron here. Not good. Not good at all. And this team also ended on a high note. Now, we've already been over this a time or two, but anybody who happened to be in chat long enough to see some other things, maybe knows what is going on with my team here. There, I'm playing Luke 11-11 in that final game of the season that I won 8-3. That Sheffield team, that is Andy G22, otherwise known as Luke 11-11 in the chat today, who's already been in there and piping in as usual when he is on the stream. So, GG's there, Luke. How did we end our season series with each other? Sheffield, and we were in the same division, for crying out loud. You guys beat us by 16 games. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I took this last one from you, but that was about it, maybe. Let's see how I did against all the different teams in my league. And the way to do that is by going to the League tab, go to Reports and Logs. And then after Reports and Logs, you come over here and select the League report. Which report do I want to see? I want to see team versus team. Okay, so I need to come down here and find there's my Redders right here. Right there they are. So, the Zona Sneck lads in the TTC. TTC stands for Theme Team Crew or Theme Team Community, depending on which proclivity you want to follow. But that's what TTC stands for, and we use the friends list as a way of choosing what leagues we're in. So we try to keep on our friends list teams that are in our same levels so that we don't have any cross-pollination, so to speak. So anyway, if I take a look at those guys that I just played, Sheffield Giants, I ended up losing the season series. They took 11 out of 19 games off of my guys. The only team that I beat in the season series were the Yongan Twins, and I think they're the 5th place team. I want to remember it that way, but let's take a look and make doubly sure. Okay. Yeah, they were number 5 down here. They were in the bargain basement of the entire division. They're probably, I'm guessing, in relegation. We can confirm that in just a second. Okay, let me take a look here at the standings because we're ready to take ad break number 3. Okay, and promotion relegation standings. Okay, the Yongan Twins are down there. And thank goodness for small favors, because where was he? Where was he? Where was he? Okay, looking around, taking a look around. Minerva, Coach Dave. Haven't seen or heard from Minerva in a while. It's good to see him here. Beacon. Okay, let's see. Now, that's not the one I want. TMC, Florida. No, that's not the guys I want. ACT, Wampanoag. Huh. There's Tay Sweegie with his Go Sweegie team. Okay. The Evans City Zombies. Okay. Now, I can't find what I was looking for. But anyway, here we have the Theme Team League, and I was hoping to be able to earn some brownie points to get me moved up into the silver realm, but this team never made it out of bronze. They got eliminated from the playoffs a little bit on the early side. But anyway, let's see here. Hang on a second. Bear with me, please. My brain is another jumble. And no, I have not been hitting the sauce from back here in the cabinet. In case you didn't know it, that cabinet over my left shoulder, that's my magic cabinet that is loaded with mad scientist specimens in there. I've got like 80 some odd mad scientist tools for experimentation. Very few of which I can actually use these days since I started my keto diet. Because there's some of that stuff in there that is sinfully sweet and just loaded and jam-packed with sugar, and I can't do the sugar. Not because of diabetes or pre-diabetes or anything, but the keto routine that I'm on is largely shunning carbohydrates, and sugar is a big contributor to that particular food group. So I don't do sugar. I don't do real wheat flour bread, so to speak. I use something that a type of bread that has wheat gluten in it, and also some tapioca, also some other fibrous type materials. And the white bread is not so bad. The wheat bread that they put out is not that really bad either. But when I toast it, it tends to taste like cardboard. So I eat all of those keto breads. I eat them plain and neat without toasting them. Okay, toasting them can ruin them. But anyway, getting back to the game here. Hang on a second. I was looking to see who, if anybody, made it to relegation. The Zona Snack Lads are going back down to iron. So are the Sammy Slammers, Kirby Corner, Coach Dave. Okay, the Snack Lads belong to Waffles. Oh, Waffles! Yeah. Waffles, and then there's Sammy Slammers. That's Minerva. Yeah. So yeah, Minerva's a longtime Discord and OOTP buddy. Kirby Corner, Coach Dave, and then who's the Yongin twins? Jenny Mania. Don't know them at all. But anyway, what is my team looking like here? Let's go take a look. Looking at my rosters, as I mentioned, the Cincinnati area, my Redders, have 3 different ways that you can be on this team. Number 1 is if you have a major league affiliation with the Cincinnati Reds. Jim Bunning never had such an affiliation, but how does he qualify? He qualifies on the other 2 fronts. He played his college ball here in the area, and he was born and raised here in the area, albeit in northern Kentucky. Okay, he was from northern Kentucky, but he's from the Cincinnati area, and I include 8 counties in that particular geographical area that make up from the things that I learned from my 25 years down at the major metro newspaper, down at the Enquirer. I was down there for all those years. And we are ready for another ad break. I missed it about 7 minutes ago. Let's get ready while this sim is coming in. And I do believe we can go ahead and take ad break number 3. And then we'll do one more ad break for the day, and we'll be done. And we'll take do our 25-pack giveaway at the end of the stream. So we'll come back and take a look at the criteria for my theme team one more time once we take ad break number 3. So please hang on for this word from our sponsors. Here we go. Break time for 1 minute. Okay, gang, we are back. As I was talking about Jim Bunning having been born in the area, that's like criteria number 2 for being on the team. Criteria number 1 is having a Reds major league affiliation. Number 2 is if you're from the geographic area, and number 3 if you played your college ball here in the geographic area. Okay, so Jim Bunning qualified for 2 of those 3 counts. He never wore a Reds uniform, but he was born in the area, and he played his college ball right here in Cincinnati at Xavier University, which is also the alma mater of my youngest daughter. She went there to study Montessori education and is involved in the educational field today. In fact, all four of my daughters are involved in some way, shape, or form of education. Two of them are certified for working with special needs kids. My oldest daughter and my third daughter both work with special needs kids. My oldest daughter with preschoolers, and she does that through the auspices of Cincinnati Children's Hospital. And then the second one provides special needs services through a charter school setup. Then the fourth daughter, as I mentioned, the one that went to Xavier to study Montessori, she is a reading specialist now and working out of and employed by Mount St. Joseph University at the western end of Hamilton County, west of downtown Cincinnati. She works out there as a reading specialist slash adjunct professor or something thereabouts. They had to put her on in a faculty position to make room for her to be able to do the research with the person who runs the reading program at Mount St. Joe's. My daughter and the lady at Mount St. Joe's that runs the reading program have been working hand in glove on a reading project for inner city preschoolers, trying to make them more ready for reading by the time they are in kindergarten. It's a reading readiness advancement program, and they've been getting great results from their initial studies and initial findings from this new methodology of teaching inner city preschoolers how to read and how to try to think about reading. So that's my youngest daughter that went to Xavier, which is where Jim Bunning went to school. And this same daughter's husband is a graduate of St. Xavier High School. And St. Xavier is also where Jim Bunning went to high school, which is just a few good golf shots away from me out my backyard. Also located within the confines of Finneytown, okay? St. Xavier High School, probably the preeminent Jesuit college prep all-boys school in the entire state of Ohio. They have by far, the biggest number of national merit finalists every year. They're used to getting between at least 12 or more national merit finalists every single frickin' year. I mean, they're such an incredible campus and an incredibly rigorous curriculum that the same daughter who went to Xavier University, her husband is a St. X graduate, as Jim Bunning was. But anyway, Jim Bunning played his college ball here. He also played his high school ball here in my backyard practically. Wade Hoyt, he was a Pirate and a Yankee, of course, for the longest time, but he was also the Reds radio voice for quite a period of time. So that's how I have him on my theme team. Sandy Koufax played his college ball here at the University of Cincinnati, so he qualifies. Tom Seaver, of course. Just about everybody else on the team has some sort of Reds affiliation. You see Junior Griffey in there, you see Frank Robbie, George Foster, Bobby Tolan. Just about everybody else on here had a good Reds affiliation. So I'm trying to pick up better Reds cards for this team. I have a treasury of almost 75K built up, but I have several cards that I'm looking at. There's a perfect Jose Rijo. I already am playing the Diamond Rijo card. There's a perfect Jose Rijo out there. There's a perfect Plat 4 Ted Klaczewski that's out there that I want to be able to get someday. There's a perfect Paul Derringer out there somewhere that pitched for the Reds for the longest time. There is also a perfect Joey Votto card, like we just saw on my Diamond team, the Flames. The perfect Votto card would fit very, very well on this team. There's, I already mentioned the perfect Jose Rijo card. There's also a perfect version of the Wade Hoyt card. He also has a Diamond version of his card, but I'm not wasting money on the Diamond version when only the perfect card will do for me as far as Wade Hoyt goes. But so you can see who I have out here and who I can maybe use to improve the position a little bit, Oh yes, my shortstop. I have a silver shortstop out here, Chico Cardenas. Leo Cardenas, his nickname was Chico. I could take that card out and replace it with a perfect Barry Larkin card. Okay? So I have all kinds of room for improvement on my team. I just have to get the right cards to get them done. And I can maybe work my way finally out of bronze. And I've been stuck in bronze ever since I started the theme team business a few seasons ago. Okay? Pete Rose, yep, that's another one. That's another one there, EVC. You hit it right on the head. The brand new Pete Rose that hit the airwaves last Thursday night would be another perfect fit for this team. And that would give me quite a number of perfect cards on this team, and I'd be able to replace at least the silver and a good part of the golds on my team with perfect cards, if only I was able, okay? But I do have gold Ernie Lombardi here behind the plate. He's about the second best catcher I could get hold of, okay? JB, of course, being the best catcher I could get hold of. So we have, again, all kinds of room for improvement on this theme team. And I need to take a look around at some of the other players who are from the area. I already know of one notable name that went to college ball just up the road in Oxford, Ohio, where I have another daughter that's employed at Miami University of Ohio. She's a tenured librarian up there. But that's also the school that Walter Alston went to when he was in his college days. He's a graduate of Miami of Ohio, which is employing another one of my kids. So I have 2 of my 4 daughters working with special needs kids and 2 others working at university level type stuff. Okay, a collegiate librarian and somebody helping out as an adjunct professor, though the position was as a faculty position that's not really a teaching position, but it's helping out with the research needed to finish up this, to get this reading readiness program ready to cook at the preschool inner city level. So anyway, that's what's going on with my theme team. Let's jump back to my main team and let's see what we can do to maybe earn ourselves an historical challenge pack, shall we? Okay, so I have been at this challenge pack business for some period of time, ever since they made it live. It was one of the old features of Perfect Team 22 and earlier versions of Out of the Park that you could earn an historical challenge pack once every 72 hours. It was one of the most recent features added back into the game after they worked so hard to get Perfect Team 23 up and running off of the old server farm that we used to be on, that Amazon, they owned that server farm and they decided to discontinue it. And we had to go find another server farm. That meant reprogramming just about everything concerning Out of the Park. Okay, so that was quite an arduous process, and I can't give enough props to Marcus Heinzen and his team over in Germany. He was the originator of Out of the Park baseball, and he and his team struggled mightily and worked their collective asses off to get Out of the Park 23 up and running and to get it humming and purring like a kitten. So the challenge packs were one of the last things to hit, but through no fault of theirs, but things just did not work in OOTP's favor this year because of the forced change in server farms. So anywho, or you could also consider the server farm as being a back end provider of the front end of the OOTP experience. So anyway, I've got this tournament spammed. I think, did I do it right here? Yes, I did. Okay, let's jump out of here. We'll go back to my main team, the Flames, and start them up on their historical pack challenge, because they have not earned a pack since Wednesday. Late Wednesday, early Thursday. Because I try to stay on a consistent schedule. I go after challenge packs twice a week, always on Sunday, and then again midweek, Wednesday night through Thursday morning. That way I have a 72-hour window on either side of the midweek. Okay? 72-hour between now and when I go to my midweek, then that's when I get that. Then there will be another 72-hour period after that time to Sunday next. So that way I'm able to keep things straight in my head. I just do my packs, my challenge packs twice a week, and I'm not being anal about every 72 hours I must do this. I don't have to do it that way, no. It's much easier and simpler for me just to do it twice a week. And that's how I do it. Wednesday night through Thursday morning is my midweek window, but always on a Sunday afternoon. Always on a Sunday afternoon. And I always start with my number one team here in Diamond, my Flames. So let's go ahead and get it going here. And we'll see how quickly we can earn ourselves a pack. Because I think if you really zip through this, and I found some other ways to zip through this quicker, and folks in chat have helped me out to do this. Okay, Pete only has the defense to play left field or first base. Okay, or maybe you could have him as a DH there, EVC. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I see some good ideas there, okay? And I see John 1633 saying he's got Greenberg and Gehrig at first, okay? I had that at first also, and he's got Rose higher than his Joe Morgan at second base. I see, okay. That's an idea. That's an idea. Okay? I'm catching up with all the stuff that's been in chat since I've been flapping my yap here. Hang on a second. Okay? Oh, John 1633. Yeah. Got you a Satchel Paige on Friday. Let's go, buddy. What a draw. Nice. Nice. Yes. Excellent. So I'm not that far away from a Pete. You think I could put a buy order in and with my 70K? Possibly so. Yeah, we'll see. The current sell order is 109 for Pete. Highest buy is 30. Okay. If I put 70 up, I might just get it if a seller is motivated to sell. Okay. Those are good thoughts. I'll have to consider all that stuff. But anyway, let's get back to the challenge pack. Yeah. Thanks to all of you for your feedback today. Really appreciate it. Okay, so I go on with the next step because everything else is already pre-chosen for me because I don't change anything here. I chose baseball's rebirth and I chose 1927 as the year. There's the era, there's the year I'm going to play as the 1927 Yankees and try to simulate a season until I can get a pack. So I'll show you something that somebody in chat so kindly provided me with that saves a whole bunch of time. Is that as soon as I earn a pack, I can stop. Okay, check the bottom one here. It gets both of them. Next, and then I save my game as today's date 2023-0219. Let's try 19. 0219. 19, and it is approximately 4:33 p.m. There we go. And I'm going to save the game once a virtual month. My managing the 1927 Yankees is old Sparky Anderson, the Sparky Anderson from the Big Red Machine days. This is his pappy, born back in 1887. That's my nod to Sparky Anderson, my favorite Reds manager. Okay. And here we go. Chose the Yankees, so let's get going here. I don't know what happened with historical challenges, but the folks at OOTP seem to have speeded up things a bit, and that behind the scenes stuff doesn't take nearly as long now as it used to take. Okay? I think it was server side improvements. So I'm going to set up my continue button, and I have to configure it. So I'm not that interested in the features of the base game that all these other options do. I'm only interested in getting a pack, and I want to do 1 week of simulation at a time, which is why I set this top drop down to 1 week. Now, I've got this set right here. Now, I can save myself a little bit more time by hitting this button right here, autoplay until opening day. Okay? So it still goes through some background machinations, so to speak, and will take me to opening day a little bit quicker. And I can get out of the game as soon as I earn my pack. So we'll see how quickly we can do this. Because you end up having much less time invested in getting a single pack than the 15 minutes it takes you to earn one from watching a stream. You can get one much easier than those 15 minutes. And in case you don't make it through with one complete trip on a season, simulating whatever team you want to simulate, I always do the 1927 Yankees because they've come up with achievements like none other. Okay, at least for me. Okay, so here we're ready for opening day. So I hit that. Let's go ahead and continue. And we are ready to play ball. And there's my first week of baseball out of the way. And I already have an achievement. Didn't generate a pack. So I have to click through all of this stuff here in the middle. 4 achievements there. 4 achievements there. No pack yet. The Yankees are starting to build up a lead in the American League. Okay, more achievements. Any one of these achievements that get generated can get you your pack. Any single one of the achievements that are generated over a week's time can get you a pack. No achievements that week. None that week either. Come on, game. Let's go. Give me some achievements. None there. Okay, got that to click through. Keep going. No achievements though. Okay, no achievements there either. Look at, we're starting to lose our lead. No wonder, because they're not producing achievements here for me. They're not doing crap for me as far as achievements go. Yeesh, that's like 6 weeks in a row with no achievements. That's not typical of this 1927 Yankees team. Finally, we got something. Let's keep going. Click through that. Building up the lead again. No achievements that week either. Come on, game. Okay, there we go. We'll run into Babe Ruth's 400th home run here before too long. Because we're already into late July as far as the season goes. The weeks go by so quickly. Okay, 3 more achievements. Still no pack. And nothing that week either. Come on, game. Let's go. Building up a real decent lead in the American League. Probably going to make the World Series at this rate. Single achievement. If we hit Babe Ruth's 400th home run, I missed it. There it is right there. Babe Ruth's 400th home run right there. Okay? You can always count on that happening in 1927. Okay, nothing there. Urban Shocker got an achievement. Come on, here we go. 20 game lead, and they've already clinched the league. They're going to the World Series, no 2 doubts about that. And the 152nd game is just hit. Okay, oh, and take a look back here. One of these achievements won that for me. See that in the back? I won my pack. Okay. So I've done this, and I got me a standard pack. So right now, I don't even have to go to the World Series. I could if I wanted to, but I don't really want to. You know what I mean? I can quit right now that I have my pack, so I can get out and go to the start screen. And it will not penalize me. I tried this once in Perfect Team 21, and the next time I started an historical challenge, it made me complete what I was doing. So I was stuck in that habit pattern over 2 or 3 game cycles. I did it all through 21, all through 22, and I get started in 23, and somebody in chat tells me, nope, you don't have to go all the way through. Once you get your pack, you can quit. Light bulb revelation, and sincere thanks to the people that brought that to my attention. Very, very much appreciate that particular piece of good news. So that's how quickly I earned a pack. So how am I doing in terms of my drops today? I should be pretty well through with drops because we are just about ready for our final ad break of the day. Let me see here. Bear with me a momento. I'm looking at the transaction history. Okay, so there's the challenge pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, all 5 of my drops. There's my 10-pack win. I have 16 packs today, folks. 16 on top of the 23. It's not the 39th one that I just now earned is not showing up here yet, but it shows up in my transaction history. So I don't have 38 packs. I actually have 39. Next time I log out and log back in again, I will see those 39 packs. Okay, let's see how quickly we can get one on the second team. Okay, and then it'll be just about time for our giveaway. Okay, because you'll see, even if you have multiple teams, the historical challenge stuff persists between accounts. Okay, I'm going to spam another Ace of Iron while I'm here. There we go. Now let's go ahead and try to get a pack on this team. And you'll see right away, it kept me the same way. It kept me in the same era on the same team. Or I'm sorry, the same year. The same year. So keep on moving. Okay, John 1633 is saying, quick hypothesis, meta cards lead to lefty-dominated lineups. I see. Okay, so Fernando is a good meta starter if you're into who's whole lefty or lefty match starting pitcher thing. Interesting. I tried lefty cheese at one point in time. I did not use my Fernando in lefty cheese, though, John 1633. I never, ever tried my Fernando card in a lefty cheese situation where I have all starting pitchers be lefties, though it's something I might want to consider after OOTP 24 comes out. I may play try a little bit of lefty cheese with my lineup then and try Fernando in that particular instance. Fernando Valenzuela did not do worth a tinker's damn for me in my regular starting rotation in a neutral ballpark without lefty cheese being played into the ballpark factors at all. Okay. So now we need to keep on moving. And now I need to do the same thing here. Year, month, day, 2023-0219. And it's now about 4:42. 4:42 p.m. And there we are. Save the game once a virtual month and keep on going. I'll see if I can get me a pack quickly on these guys. I'm glad that they speeded up things in the background. It makes things a whole lot less arduous. Okay, and I'll get my continue button configured first. And there again, I'm taking out all of the base game features that don't mean anything to me. If I was playing base game, they would mean everything to me. Okay. All right, so we go on from here. Autoplay till the next game. This singer has a vibrato about 10 miles wide. His voice goes, he's not a bad singer, just a little bit different vocal inflection than what I would normally use. I've got a vibrato, but it's not nearly that broad. Okay, here we go. Let's start playing the season. Okay, achievement, nothing there. Okay, 2 achievements, no pack. Okay, nothing there either. Click through that. Keep going. Ah, nothing. That week was quick. And okay, keep going here. 1 achievement. That was all. Oh, look how lousy the Yankees are doing. They're down in 4th place. Yikes. They may not make the playoffs at this rate. They're going to have to pick up their game a little bit. Oh, nice. I see it there, John 1633. Cool, you got to see Fernando before he became Fernando. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. San Antonio is a Dodgers AA affiliate. Cool. Very, very cool. The best Dodger you've had in the game to date? Okay. Cool. EVC's got the angle on it. Okay. Let's keep on going here. We don't have our pack yet, but the Yankees are moving up. They're on top of the league. All right. Come on, Yankees. Let's go. Pump out them achievements. 4.5 game lead now. All right. Another achievement. Have we seen Babe Ruth's home run yet? 400th home run. I don't think we've seen it yet. Okay, keep going. Oh, they're down in 2nd place again. Ouch. Behind those pesky Tigers. Dishnet would love that. Him being the Tigers fan that he is. Okay, come on, game. Let's see a card. I want to see a pack. That's not the way to see it. Gosh, we're into August already. No pack yet. That week didn't produce anything. There's Babe Ruth's home run. Okay. I knew that at least would be coming. Okay. Take a look. Take a look. Ha 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 ha. There he is. So we got our pack. And there's the final ad break. It was one of those 2 achievements that got it for me. So let's get out of here. And while I'm busy getting out of here, we'll go ahead and take ad break number 4 for the day. And then we'll come back and get ready to do our 25 standard pack giveaway, shall we? Okay, so here we go with ad break number 4. Please hang on for this final word from our sponsors. Okay. Alrighty, gang, we are back. So, John 1633 says he's going to go with Griffey Jr., but he thinks he sold himself. That Fernando 60K is worth more than Nolan Ryan at 100K. It depends. The Nolan Ryan card is a damn good card to have. It is a very, very good card to have. Fernando, there again, I just had a bad first experience with him. I think in a different layout, different team makeup, he could probably do better. But initially, he just plain sucked out loud. I mean, he created an audible vacuum. So anyway, yeah, they're all ideas. Okay. The meta is having the ability to have balanced lineups versus right or left hitters. Yep. Okay, or with right and left hitters. If you can utilize every bench position player so they can be better opposite hand platoon to the starter. Yep, that's a very worthy goal there, EVC. You hit it right on the head. Okay. And Fernando, he says, is a nice lefty option in the bullpen. That was the first place I think I was going to try Fernando if I brought him back, was to put him in the pen and see if he does any better for me there. But we'll see. If I do bring him back and put him in the pen and make it a cheesy type setup, I would have Fernando in the bullpen only as a lefty specialist, because in order to have true lefty cheese, I'd need to have a totally right-handed bullpen, or as close to a totally right-handed bullpen as I could get. Because lefty cheese means that you're trying to maximize left-hand offense. So you're trying to maximize left-handed batting offense and have a lineup made up of primarily lefties in the batting order, and you have lefties in your starting rotation, and then your bullpen is all righties. Okay, so you're trying to nerf right-handed offense, which lefty pitching means they usually have mostly righty batting lineup the opponents do to throw at you. So that's the theory behind the cheese that you call lefty cheese, or you can call it the other way if you go the exact opposite direction with righty cheese. An all right-handed starting rotation, all right-handed hitters on the offense, and then you have a totally left-handed bullpen, or as close to a totally left-handed bullpen as you can get. So that's pretty much the concept of cheese. Okay. All right. EVC's using Fernando in Perfect League. Okay. Radman says Fernando was awful. Okay. For you in Diamond, you're selling him. Okay. Interesting concepts there, everybody. Very, very interesting concepts. Alrighty, so let's go and get this giveaway set up. I need to go to another screen to do this. Okay, on my just chatting screen, which is where we're at right now, here's how the giveaway works. When you see something up, not in this corner, but this, let's try this corner up here. I have to get myself oriented to the camera. This upper left-hand corner, the way you're looking at the screen right now, the upper left-hand corner is where the giveaway is going to appear, okay? When the giveaway starts, then you can put in one of two commands, and you only need to use one of the two commands. You don't use them both or it'll kick you out. Exclamation point ticket or exclamation point enter. Only do one of those two things, and it'll enter you into the giveaway, which we'll let run for a couple of minutes or so. And then we'll draw a winner at the end of that couple of minutes, and that lucky person will win 25 standard packs courtesy of Out of the Park Developments. They give me those packs to give to you folks once every week, and today is the day. So, like I said, the ground rules are one command only, exclamation point enter or exclamation point ticket. And even though Stream Elements will come in with something in the chat to tell you to put a number after the command, don't do it or it'll kick you out of the game, okay? I cannot edit that Stream Elements instruction. I wish to God I could, but I can't. But anyway, an EVC coming in with his theme team in Diamond. He used Fernando with a match pitch count of 75, 96 record, 2.54 ERA. That's not too bad. Okay, pitch count and good defense. Okay. I see. Nice. Okay. All right. Well, all kinds of ideas for using Fernando in the future, but we'll see how that all plays. But now back to the giveaway. Okay, I'm getting ready to start it, and you will see it, like I said, up in this corner right here. I'm pointing right to where you'll see it. And once it makes its appearance, then the giveaway is starting. Don't put in the command until you see the prompt appear in the corner. There will also be a prompt appear in chat that will alert you that the giveaway has started. So be ready. We're about ready to give her a go here. And here we are. Let's start it. Okay? I'm going to let the game run for 2 minutes until the timer gets to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But you should see it up in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Last time, or 2 times ago, we had a record 61 entries. And we're up to 18 entries already, and we're not even a minute in. Okay, we're up to 20 entries. And the very, very last giveaway that we had, I had 50 some. So let's go, chat. Let's get those tickets in there and get yourself into the drawing, because 25 standard packs is nothing to sneeze at. Nothing to sneeze at all. I see Lap in there. There's 39 Cobra. Waddy Waddy Waddy. I see Twan LX2000, who's a multiple time winner of my giveaway. Oh, Usq Baw 67. Welcome to the chat. First time chatter. Excellent. Glad to see you. Very, very glad to see you. Achoo. Gesundheit, Radman. And that's not Sin Choo Choo either. 36 entries. We have about 30 seconds left. We will have a countdown at the end. Only 36 entries? Is that where we're going to stop? You're welcome anytime there, SQ. Okay, we're moving up a little bit. There's Medert. Oh, Max von Sydow. Her Sydow is first-time chatter. Welcome to the channel. Glad to see you. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The giveaway is closed. The giveaway is closed. We have 40 entries that came in. Last one that made it into the hopper was Roman a Day Twitch. Okay, but we had some first timers jump in there, and we're glad to see them. I see Brinnick 1107, Indy JB4, PJ9248, and a whole host of others. Shall we see who is going to be 25 standard packs richer at the end of the stream? And it's going to be Mr. Ree 416, making him a multiple time winner. This might also be his third time he's won my giveaway. I think he was a 2-time winner prior to this. So Mr. Ree 416, congratulations, buddy. You have won 25 standard packs courtesy of Out of the Park. Okay. Congratulations. And I'm assuming there, Mr. Ree, that we used the same account for you that we used in the previous time that you won. Are we going to use the same account? Okay. Okay, I'm good. I'm getting to your Twitch Whisper history. Oh, wait a minute. I've lost it. Okay, wait a second. Okay, Mr. E, you might want to give it to me again in the Twitch Whisper. Hang on a second. Okay, look at the bottom of the screen. You should see a purple bar down there. If you can give that to me again, please, because I thought the Twitch history would keep it for us. Oh, MRREE, got it. I see it now. I see it. Please bear with me a moment while I go over there. And we have a brand new follow from Doomjaw. Doomjaw, thank you so much for your follow on the channel. You should be number 851. Thank you oh so much. Okay, I need to go to OOTP, and we're going to double check it because I'm pretty sure that I put it in that way the last time that you won. And we will verify that it's there, because I promise OOTP that every time I get a winner, I verify it in the universe. And that way we make sure that they're on good ground and I'm on good ground, and you as a winner are on good ground, and you can depend on those packs arriving. Okay, bear with me a second, please. Okay, we're almost there. Managers and rankings, and I'm looking for MRREE. Okay, yes, you have a capital M and a capital R. Okay, there we go. And you have two accounts out there that I see. Littlefoot, Longfoot, and the Woodmore Fighting Amish. Love that team name. That's pretty cool. And you have two teams in gold right now currently. That's another thing that the universe tells me. Very, very cool. So thanks a lot to everybody for entering the giveaway. We appreciate you being here. And what we're going to do is go out and see. I'm going to do a better job today than I did yesterday. I was depending too much on my prior communication that I had with Tay Sweegie, where he says he was going to be ready at 2 o'clock. I did not get to look at Discord during my stream, where he came on the affiliates Discord and says, whoops, real life is getting in the way and I'm not going to be able to start at 2 o'clock tomorrow. So I went ahead and sent people to his channel and he wasn't on. So I'm going to make sure now that before I even start a raid that there's somebody to send you to. Okay, so bear with me a moment. I'm going to go out and see what I can find in Twitchland and see if anybody else is broadcasting out of the park baseball. Now I've got two different screens I can look at for this. There's that one. Nersha Banco. Okay, Nersha Banco is up and live right now. We are going to send all of you good folks over to a fellow affiliate of mine, Nersha Banco. He has some excellent content. He will be extremely entertaining for you. And if you don't have all 5 of your drops yet, then he will be able to help you complete your set for today. Okay, so let me get that raid set up and make sure that I type it in right. Okay, yes, I think I got it right. Okay, we're going to start the raid. And while the raid is accumulating viewers to send over to his channel, I'll say so long to you folks. So it's Gorgo 2005, rounding third and heading for home. Thanks a lot, everybody, for spending time with the old fart today. We appreciate each and every one of you being here. So thanks again, everybody. And we will catch up with you later, hopefully on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will start up our pack ripping again on that day in OOTP. Okay, so take care, everybody, and hasta la bye-bye. Catch you later. So long.